People like rough speech, I guess. That's how they're entertained by rough speech. Because they want to be entertained. I want to hear some, I'm mad. And I try to be soft spoken most of the time. Don't want to run you away. Sometimes you got to say, because people do what they do and act like it wasn't done. You know what I mean? Once a slave, always a slave? No, not if you're woke. You know what I mean? You have no control over me. And if you want to terrorize me or whatever you want to do, try it. You're selling it, may the people buy it. You know, there's riots in the streets because people get unalived by other people. And it is not about what a person was on or what they was taking. So what? They was on drugs. They was on them drugs. They was breathing then. They wasn't calling 911 to help me. And you didn't have to revive them by Narcan and nothing. So, when you lay hands on someone, you're doing that. Ain't nobody else doing that. What gives you the right? The Most High give you the right to do that. Well, great power and authority, I say. But touch not the anointed, touch not the apple of his eye, I say. Fuck this, because enough is enough, I say rough speech, I can cuss. Who's going to judge me? And for what? Based on what? A cuss word? Hey, can you go to the movie theater and watch a movie full of cussing and killing, robbing, drug dealing, pimping, and everything else, right? Is being seen, is being promoted. Hey, I say promotion. If you don't know, you don't know. You can be entertained by a lot of things, and they can enter you, and contain you, and control you. But I know what I see. And just because I see something don't mean I do that thing. I do my thing, and that thing is done well. If you know what I mean. Do you live life well, or is life living you? And people are coming against other people. They want what you have. You can have it all. They don't need the material stuff. Just don't try to take me life. And take no one's life. And when you take and separate, that's what you're doing. You're doing it, man, in the eyes of the Most High Living One. And is that negative or positive? Bringing something together is a minus sign. And you get another minus sign, is he negative, and you bring them together, that's a plus. That's a plus. But can you raise the dead, I say? Have you ever felt dead in the conscience, like, I'm drained, and just, you know what I mean? And, but then you're getting back motivated, even if it's just with speech. You ain't got to be moving, you can talk. And let them know, speak to the nation, speak to the nations. Are you a nation? You're a nation of yourself. You know what I mean? How can you be with a nation that nation ain't together? You know what I mean? Let me say it again, because I know I need to take a drink of water, but I want to get this out. Can you be a part of a nation, and a nation is divided? How are you part? What part are you about? That side or that side? You know what I mean? Just say it. Don't put me in the middle of it. If I'm in the middle, you over there, there's a lot of you over there, there's a lot of you over there, and I'm in the middle, and you'll get to fight, or, something break out, and we get trampled on. I watch from the sidelines. I'll sit this one out. You know what I mean? I'll sit on the bench. That don't look like fun. He just got split to the white meat. You know what I mean? And you shocked him to death, and then you shot him, and he got his throat slit. And I ain't saying soft speech, but you ain't cussing, right? I'm just saying truth what happens on everything. Act like you ain't seen it before. You see it wherever. But I don't see. I see all these things come on, but it ain't came up on me. It did when I was a kid. You have the reaper running around trying to get you. try to get you right, but you're protected by what's around you. You got the shield, you got the armor of the Most High on you. I mean, what do you got? Nothing. You unprotected. You're unprotected. Looking into you. Drink enough and see if something into you. See if you can be an open vessel and you become intoxicated. You ain't got your full conscious mind together. Because people want what they want and think you want what they want because they have what they have. You think you want it. No, I mean you can't put us all together. That's what they say. I don't want it. The thing I want is life and to serve the Most High in the best manner I can. Oh, glory be to He. Let me proceed. Don't get in the way of what I am doing, because trust me, if I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm in your way. If you know what I'm saying? Was you here first? You was here first and I got in the way, then hey, excuse me, I'll get out the way. But I would know that. I would know that. And you wasn't where I went, so you can come where I'm at. I can travel to where you are. If I'm invited, people, like I say, people have welcome on their door, man, for their door, and they have welcome signs for their house. You go knock on their, hey, what you want? Hey, man, I ain't seen a welcome sign. I need a drink. Again, I'm thirsty. No, I got some water. So I'm made of it. Hopefully it's pure when it enters me. You just never know nowadays. People making a profit off of it. You know what I mean? Can I go get some water? Can I go purify some water and slap a label and sell it? My water would be cheap because I know I got to get the water from the earth. I ain't getting it nowhere else, and I just got to figure out a way to purify it, right? Go and sell it, and I can market that. I'm pretty sure somebody will buy it. Ain't you thirsty? You're thirsty now. What are you thirsty for? You're thirsty for the word, Hunger and thirst, I say. That manna rain from heaven. You don't hunger and thirst that much. You really don't. You're praying and meditating without ceasing. Time is spent. And it's spent how you want to spend it. You got the paper, spend it. Your time's still going by. It don't make no difference how you feel inside today about life. Is it things the same? Is it a roller coaster? You're up and down like an elevator. You just start there. I'm here. Let's get that. I'm here. I'm with you, but I ain't. It just depends. You have the left hand side, you have the right hand side of the Most High. We're His children, right? We're His children. Left hand side, right hand side. Left hand side, right hand side. What side am I on? You wouldn't know if you're on the same side, right? It's easy mathematics, but people come against you. Just letting you know.